What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. So today we're doing a review on the latest generation Toyota Hilux. This is one car that needs no introduction, especially out here in South Africa. Big thanks goes out to the NTT Motor Group, specifically Toyota Zanin, for organizing this shoot or for allowing me the opportunity to review this car. Now, I really do hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into it. Today we're reviewing a legend, literally. Now the Hilux has a legacy that's been running for over 50 years, well known for its toughness, its ruggedness, its reliability. This is literally a trend setter in this segment of workhorses. Now this trim specifically is the legend, and it is the double cab. As you can see, it has 4 doors. Now firstly, I'm going to run you guys through all the features that come with the legend trim. Now on the front area, you will notice that this is the latest generation, which is the 8th generation, but it is also the facelift, because the 8th generation was first introduced in 2015 and it is still running till this day. I think the facelifts first came out around 2019 thereabout, but nonetheless, on the front you have this huge and prominent trapezoidal grille, which is absolutely massive. And you'll also notice that the Toyota badge is actually untextured. Why? Because this has adaptive cruise control, so this houses the sensor for adaptive cruise control. Now, I've already mentioned this is the legend trim. Now it comes as standard with full LED lights on the fronts. Also the fog lights are also LED. Now the grille is all open and stuff, and it looks absolutely cool. The ground clearance is really high because this is a tough vehicle, so it should be able to clear literally anything. Now on the sides you have these colored wheel arch features, which also have this gloss part, which looks very nice. Now on the legend trim you have 17-inch wheels as standard, which are steel, but you can option 18-inch alloy wheels, which is what this car has. Now all 4 tires are 265 section, one with 18-inch rims, like I already mentioned. The 18-inch rims are also in this beautiful gloss black kind of color. Now on the side you'll also notice a 2.8 GD6 badge. The 2.8 is of course the engine displacement, and the GD6 is because this is a 6-speed transmission car. This one specifically is the automatic, but it also comes as a manual. Coming around to the back, you have the truck bed, which is absolutely huge, especially for a double cab car. Now I would recommend that one takes their car to get rubberized, because this will all stretch out once you start picking up stuff and so on. On the rear, the facelift has these gorgeous LED tail lights, which are also 3D. They have this kind of 3D effect and they look absolutely cool. I think these are one of the coolest tail lights in the auto industry, I would say. I'm told this tow bar is actually an optional extra, so you still pay for it even on the Legend. I like this housing for the rear, for the third rear brake light. I think it couldn't be placed at the top because there isn't enough room, but it looks really cool. It also houses the Hilux badge. If you look closely, there's also a reverse camera right there. So the Legend comes as standard with a reverse camera. There's a badge right there that says Legend because this is the Legend trim, a Toyota badge as well. But that's pretty much it with the rear. Yeah, you have stuff like mud boards and so on. So it also gets keyless entry. As you can see, you have the button for locking and unlocking the vehicle. You just leave the key in your pocket. So jumping into the interior, so you have a running board down there to help you climb into the vehicle, and a grab handle. If it's too high for you, you can just use the grab handle to jump into the vehicle. Now you find me inside the interior. Now the interior might look dull in a sense because it's all black and it features plastic buttons and so on, but let me tell you, I've been playing around in here and all the buttons are actually high quality, which is very interesting to me. Like, they are very nice to touch. Like, Toyota in general is well known for its reliability and so on, and it's actually insane that these buttons and controls and knobs are made out of plastic, but they feel really high quality. Like, I've been pressing around these, even now I'm still pressing around. But anyways, onwards with the review. I like this dashboard. It has all these kind of shapes, the swoops, the curves. It protrudes out. It has like almost a bunch of layers, from this top layer to the middle section to the bottom one. It looks very nice. My other favorite feature is these dials. They're analog and they're in this blue hue, and it looks absolutely cool. These are literally one of the coolest dials I've ever seen. Yeah, some of the materials in here are questionable, like the top of the door cards is all plastic, which is very hard plastic, but the armrest area is in leather. So yeah, not sure why this wasn't taken over to the top of the door cart as well, but it's not a big deal. This is a workhorse, so yeah, it's done really well. The Legend comes with full leather seats in the front and also in the back, so it's actually a very comfortable vehicle to be in. The ride height is actually insane. Like, you sit really high in here and you can look down on everyone. So yeah, the interior is very nice. You have two driving modes here, eco and power. I believe power should be some kind of sport mode for more aggressive driving and so on. Like I already mentioned, this one is the 6-speed auto box, but you can also get it in manual as standard. Now you also have this multi-function display infotainment screen, which has both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's big enough. It looks really nice. I'm just gonna close this window for now because it's literally too noisy outside. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole interior. This is the steering wheel, and yeah, let's jump back outside and talk pricing and engines. So this is the Legend trim, like I already mentioned, but you can still go further beyond that. So as standard, the Legend double cab comes as in rear-wheel drive, but you can also spec it out with 4-wheel drive. You can also go for a limited slip diff and a host of other features. Like, the lineup or the number of trims is just insane. The double cab alone has 17 different trims, 17, which is a lot. Remember, there is also the single cab and the extra cab, so the lineup on these in terms of options, trim levels, it's so insane. There's a lot you can go for. So there's about 2 trim levels which sit above this specific Legend right here, one of which is the Legend RS, which in that you can also get like a 4-liter V6. But anyways, this is the 2.8 liter GD6, so it's a turbo diesel motor, 4 cylinders. It's pushing about 150 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque, which is a lot of power. Now this car, as you see it right here, retails at around 764 50,000 rands, which is a lot of money. But this is one of the best all-round vehicles because it is a workhorse synced together with like an SUV, I'd say, because the amount of room that you get in the back is actually SUV rivaling. So this is literally a do-it-all vehicle. You can take it off-roading, you can like go out to an occasion in it, I would say. So I think this is one of the reasons why these vehicles are so popular, because they can literally do everything. They're suitable for every occasion. Now, I think with all being said, let's actually go for a drive. So as you join me inside the Toyota Hilux Legend, now immediately just driving for a few meters, one of my favorite things about these kind of vehicles is the driving position, because you sit so high up. You have a great view of everything around you. Even the mirrors on this vehicle are like literally huge. So on the outside, when you look at it, it might seem like an intimidating vehicle to drive, but actually when you're inside here, you immediately get comfortable. Another interesting thing about the way it drives is the tire profile. Like if you check, 18 inches is actually, I won't say it's small, but the wheels on this car actually look kind of small because the tire profile is so thick, and with that the ride of the vehicle is very bouncy, like you're constantly bouncing around. But I'd rather have that than have a suspension that feels really stiff, because the bounciness actually feels very comfortable, especially when you go over bumps and stuff. So yeah, immediately this feels like a very, very tough vehicle. I think that's one of the things that the Hilux is well known for. Okay, driving in here, I just remembered, I forgot that on this Legend trim you also have the option of electric seats. When I say the option, they're actually standard on the Legend. So you have a host of creature comforts in the Hilux right now, which is something that we see Toyota throwing in. Because remember, these vehicles are workhorses. This is a vehicle that you spend a lot of time in. Imagine if, say, you're a construction worker, this is the car that you get up in the morning and you drive to site. So you do want to get comfortable in here. So there's a bunch of driving aids such as auto emergency braking, lane keep assist, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you can upgrade to other options as you go up higher to other trims and so on. But yeah, it's very nice in here. You can sit, chill, have some aircon blowing away. Transmission being an auto box is pretty much set up for a vehicle that can go off-roading, because this is literally an off-roader. So there is a lot of torque in here. 500 Newton meters is actually a lot. And yeah, it shifts seamlessly. You don't really notice it. You can hear when it shifts, because the sound of the engine is actually audible in here, but it's not like droning away or whatever. You can just hear that the car is actually running. So it drives really, really well. So one interesting thing is that this is literally the first bakkie I'm reviewing, and I think it's maybe not the first I'm driving, but probably the one of the latest generation bakkies that I'm driving. So I've never experienced anything else. Obviously the biggest rivals to this car are stuff like the Ford Ranger, the VW Amarok, you could say the Nissan Navara, and a lot other vehicles. But I think this was the first to do it and do it properly, which is why it's kind of the benchmark for this segment. Like literally every new bakkie that comes up is put up against the Hilux, and that tells you a lot. It tells you that the Hilux is the one that was first to do it and so on. It's also literally one of the best selling vehicles in South Africa. I think the last time I checked, it's literally top 2 best selling bakkies. It's going back and forth with the Ford Ranger. At the moment I don't know which is number 1, but they keep on going back and forth. But yeah, it's an insane vehicle. I think in this segment it'll literally be a matter of which brand you prefer, but the Hilux is a legend, man, and this one in particular is literally a legend because that's the legend. But yeah, that's pretty much everything from me. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, that's cheers from me.